to a ride-along. In this special ride-along, we have something different. We have QQ Snoopy driving the vehicle while Ammar is going to entertain us with full attentiveness while he's prepping what he needs to present for U of H and
University of Houston. Be there or be an allu parata.
Subject of today's ride-along is creativity. A lot of creativity is about letting things flow.
That's right.
And I tell Ammar, bro, just let it flow, let it go, wing it. You don't have
Belal wants to do every ride along with no prep, zero prep. If we were to do it like that, then we'd be rambling on topics that we know nothing about. Belal thinks, no, you'd be more creative if you just ramble and just wing it.
I'm saying make connections with what you already know in relation to what you want to talk about. From what I understand, there's two different kinds of people when it comes to creativity. We have Ammar's type who do research, who do prep, who formulate, who deliberate, and then they give you this poetic performance.
That's what we try to do.
And then you have people like myself. I will listen to maybe 1, 2, or 3 different things. I'll sleep on it, and I'll try to represent it, thinking I'm presenting the same thing, but it will be uniquely my own because I've internalized it, and while I slept on it, and in my REM sleep, my mind digested it and made connections with the stuff I already know. So when I'm presenting it, it's very unique.
See, I'm Sudanese, so nothing happens in my REM sleep. Nothing happens at all.
So on the subject of creativity, Ammar, please do enlighten us. Whoa, bro.
He's trying to do 60 in traffic.
Guy thinks this is sporty Corolla. Driving an SUV Highlander, guy.
So on the subject of creativity, a few things that I've that have really helped me with my creativity. Number one is having like a muse.
What do you mean muse?
Something that inspires you. That's what a muse is.
Okay, I thought a muse is like a side business or a side gig.
I thought a muse was like somebody who like played that one instrument, and they looked like they were a depiction of an angel. It's like a woman who plays the harp.
No, but that's not a muse, is it?
Remember when we said we were going to go from one topic to the other and start
Agreed
rambling
with
about
any
things
of
we
9
don't know
sister
about?
goddesses, each of whom was regarded as the protectress of a different art or science. Daughters of Zeus and some chick. The 9 are Calliope, Clio, Ereto, Euterpe. Anyway.
Okay.
So that's who these muses were.
Why are you letting him in, bro?
They're the goddesses.
I'm driving in Houston.
So they're the goddesses of inspiration. And so that term, although it came from Greek mythology, it became a word that described or indicated
somebody
your
that
source of inspiration.
Engages in a particular thing.
No, it's a source of inspiration. That's your muse.
Okay.
So a muse could be a person. A person can be your muse. That they inspire you to be creative. People will talk about a romantic interest as being their muse. Or a place can be your muse.
Power of emulation is that it's, some might call it you're trying to be like somebody.
Yeah, copying.
Copying, like to precision, that's like tracing, which is not creative.
Okay.
But copying by looking and then drawing, that's where emulation comes into play.
Okay.
So it's like, because at the end, what you draw, yes, it might be similar, but after you've done it a few times, you kind of figure out your own strokes, and soon you don't need to look at them. Granted, your style might be emulating that. However, it's still your own thing.
I've come to the conclusion recently that there are no original thoughts. One of my favorite lines from a poem that I remember I wrote, and I remember when I wrote it, was a poem called Jannah, right? And I have a line in there, which I remember writing, where it says, "What an excellent master of a miserable slave." 2 weeks ago, I came across a poem by Yahya ibn Mu'adh that I shared on Facebook today, where Yahya ibn Mu'adh says in his poem, and he lived a good 1100 years before me, where he said,
a good millennia before
Ammar. He said, "نعم الرب مولانا وإنا لنعلم أننا بئس العبيد." He said, "What an excellent master you are, our Lord, and we are aware that we are miserable slaves." And so I never read that before, and here I was thinking that I had an amazing original thought, to find that another person 1100 years ago had said the exact same thing. That was it.
you folks from a super action,
I'm back.
nauseous worthy movement.
With regards to art, is that art makes culture felt, and so there's nothing that propels culture forward than art does.
Is it fair to say a lot of Islamic culture today is people trying to emulate history as opposed to coming up with...
Yeah, they're not living in the present, and they're definitely not moving forward.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, a lot of that historical art, especially when it comes to like the whole geometric nature of it, comes from the fact that in that time they were coming up with amazing mathematical discoveries and equations and what have you, and they were leading the world in those areas.
But what's beautiful from that is that there were some art that was prohibited, and so we didn't master it. Like sculpting, we didn't adopt that from the Greeks and start making sculptures and blah blah blah. We created our own art. We created,
kind of like my chess set.
Your chess set is not art by any definition.
Hey, according to
of
Sheikh
art.
Walid and Sheikh Ibrahim and some of the other members in the community, I'm a bona fide artist apparently.
By looking at the chess set?
That's what they refer to. I'm like, what are you talking about, artist? Like, look, yeah, you got your chess set going. It's like, I'm like, if you say so.
Belal, what are the things that inspire the most creativity in you?
For me, solving a problem. I'm trying to solve a problem. I'm trying to do it from what I know. And so I come up with a solution, and people look at that, oh, that was so creative. And for me, it's like, I don't know if creative is the right word or not. I mean, for example, with the whole chess thing, I wanted to figure out how to do the chess set, and I found something that somebody made out of acrylic plastic. I'm like, I don't have the means to do plastic, but I still want it. So let me do it with wood.
So you become creative in problem solving.
I suppose, but isn't everyone? What's creativity to you, and what are some ways that you feel that you've demonstrated it? Let us know, and may you be blessed with peace, safety, security, prosperity, and freedom now and the days to come. Keep in touch. QQ Snoopy, venture back, Ammar Poetry. Let us know. Take care, folks.